Hello, and welcome back to another speedrun. In this speedrun, we're going to be going through solving quadratic equations by completing the square instead of factorization. Let's jump right in. So, first of all, what's completing the square? I think we've talked briefly about completing this square, and you've probably seen it in its more common form, or at least vertex form. X minus h squared plus k. So yeah, this is useful for, I guess, solving it, finding the vertex, and for transformations, but it's also useful for actually solving the equation and finding the roots. So by expressing, first of all, we can express all quadratic equations in the form x plus a squared plus b is equal to 0. And this allows us to say x plus a squared is equal to b. And so x plus a is equal to square root of b. And so x is equal to square root of b minus a. And so we can solve it using this. Actually, plus or minus the square root of b minus a. Okay, so let's jump right into some questions. And yeah, I'll show you how it's done. So we need to solve these questions. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So first, x squared plus 6x minus 7 is equal to 0. Well, what would this be? Let's complete the square. Clearly, we can't factorize it, or at least it would be a pain to factorize it. So let's complete the square. So this would be equal to x plus 3 squared minus 16. So we know that x plus 3 squared is equal to 16, and x plus 3 must be equal to plus or minus 4. So x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus 4. So x is equal to, what is this? Negative 1 or negative 7. Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, sorry, not negative 1. 1 or negative 7. Yeah, okay. So moving on to the next one. We have x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Of course, we could factorize this, but it's useful to know how to complete the square. So again, this would be x minus 1/2 squared minus 5/4 is equal to 0. So x minus 1/2 squared is equal to 5/4. And so x minus 1/2 is equal to plus or minus root 5/2. So we have x is equal to 1/2, or we can express this as one fraction. So 1 plus or minus root 5/2. That would be our final answer. Moving on to another question. We have 4x squared plus 12x plus 5 is equal to 0. And so this would be 2x plus 3 squared minus 4 is equal to 0. So 2x plus 3 is equal to 4. And 2x is, plus or minus 4 actually. And 2x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus 4. And so x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus 4/2, which is, of course, what is 1/2 or, let me move this, 1/2 or negative 7/2. So that was pretty easy. Yeah. And for the next few questions, we want to do it in exact form. So the first question, x squared plus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Well, let's complete the square. This would be x plus 1 squared minus 2. X plus 1 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 2. And so x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 2, which would be equal to, let me just pull out a calculator. This would be equal to negative 1 plus the square root of 2 is equal to what? Is equal to sorry, that's 1. Is equal to 0.414, and negative 1 minus the square root of 2 would be equal to negative 2.41. So those are our two answers. And next, for our final question, we have the equation 2x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. And so completing the square, we get 2x, minus 2x, square root of 2. Okay, so this is a bit trickier. This would be square root of 2x minus 1 over 2 square root 2 squared. Just check if this is correct. Square root of 2 times 1 over 2 squared root 2 is 1/2. Yeah, that looks correct. And of course, 1 over 2 square root 2 squared is 1 over 8. And so we need to subtract 25 over 8 from this fraction. So we have root 2x minus 1 over 2 root 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 25 over 8. Wow, it's getting a bit complex. I mean, okay, complex later, but. So we have root 2x. I did not mean to do that. Nope. Root 2x is equal to 1 over 2 root 2 plus or minus the square root of 25 over 8. And so x is equal to 1/4 plus or minus the square root of 25 over 8 over the square root of 2. And so, well, I guess we can just calculate the exact values at this point. I mean, technically, square root of 25 over 8 is over root 2 is equal to the square root of 25 over 4. So let's just calculate it like this. So we have 1 plus or minus the square root of 25 over 4. So this is equal to 1 plus the square root of 25. Square root of 25 is 6. What am I doing? Oops. I don't think I've made a mistake. So this would be, 6. So 1 plus or minus 6, 7 over 4, or negative 5 over 4. Which would be, what would this be? This would be 1.75 or negative 1.25. Let me just check if that's correct. I don't think I've made a mistake. I have. Oh, wait, no, this is 5. What am I doing? So this would be 5 over 4 or negative 3 over, negative 4 over 4. Sorry, 6 over 4 and negative 4 over 4. So this would be 1.5 or negative 1. So yeah, that was it for completing the square speedrun. I hope you'll now know how to complete the square and solve quadratic equations, and I hope to catch you in the next speedrun. See ya.